Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sirr Love, and today we got a dope episode, a really good episode for anybody out there that's wondering, what do I do next? Right? You're lost. Somewhere along the path of your career, in your music career, you're saying, I want to take my career to the next level, but I have no idea what to do next. I got you. Student of the game, let's get to it.
Come on and face it. If you need some marketing motivation, you can learn to transform your life into your own motivation. If you need some marketing motivation,
no chase.
Real talk, no chase.
Real talk, no chase. Real talk, I said real talk, no chase. Real talk, real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase.
You gotta respect the art, learn it. You gotta understand, I'm keeping it 100. I don't know everything. I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. It's not a new concept, which is there's nothing new under the sun. Right? We've all heard these sayings before, right? That everything has been done before. You might think that you're rearing from the beaten path and making your own destiny, but I guarantee you that someone has done something similar, if not the same, similar to what you're doing or what you're trying to do, which means that if you want to get to where you're going, success leaves clues, baby. All you got to do is look through the history books, pull back them archives, you're going to find everything you want to see. Michael Jackson would not be Michael Jackson if he didn't study Jackie Wilson, if he didn't study James Brown. If you get his book and read his book, he goes on to tell you that he studied everyone from the greatest dancers of the time period to magicians of the time period to puppeteers of the time period to musicals of the time period. My man was a student of the game. He wasn't playing. In a recent interview that he did right before he passed, he said, you never stop studying the greats. That's what he said. He said, even at 50 plus years old, he said, I still watch the greats because you never stop studying the greats. You got to be a student of the game if you want to win. Michael Jordan wouldn't be Michael Jordan if there was no Dr. J for him to follow. He had to study somebody. All right. So you're trying to be great. You got to study somebody. All right. That's the first thing, being a student of the game. All right, now why even pursue this path of studying people? What am I going to get out of studying other people? Well, first of all, you're going to learn your personnel, right? You're going to learn who's who did what, and how they did it, which may help you cultivate your own strategy. Now, of course, you can't completely mimic any strategy that was done in the past, but it will at least help you develop or groom an idea of what you yourself could be doing. All right. Next, you're going to learn personnel. You're going to learn people and players, who did what and how they did it. Okay. So now in the process of doing this, you may say, who is this guy, this obscure guy? Jimmy Iovine was just a producer. If you read Clive Davis's book, The Soundtrack of My Life, Jimmy Iovine was just a footnote. He's a producer, just a producer. But he ended up becoming the president of Interscope and going on to do bigger and better things since then. All right. So history leaves clues. You can figure out how to get to where you want to go by watching other people. And furthermore, you can figure out who's who. And knowing who's who can help you in dramatic ways. Example, 50 Cent. Right? We all know 50. Okay, the time period back in the day, he was signed to Jam Master Jay. All right? For whatever reason, his situation wasn't progressing fast enough, and so he found himself at a barbershop in Jamaica, Queens. Now, while he was at this barbershop in Jamaica, Queens, he looks over to his right or left. I wasn't there. I don't know which way he looked, but he looked one of these freaking directions, and he sees Corey Rooney sitting in the car right there. Now, he walks up to Corey Rooney, hands him his tape, and starts spitting this, that, and the third. Corey Rooney gets on the phone and makes a call to Capitol. My man gets a deal. Now, question, how many people knew who Corey Rooney was at that time period? How many people were able to identify? How many people were really studying the game and knew the players behind the scenes, what they did, what they did, what their accomplishments are, what they look like, where they kick it at, what type of businesses they own? When you know your personnel, you meet these people, you can make some moves. I can't tell you how many times I'm in a conference and the guy that can change your life is in the room, and I'm sitting there at an ASCAP conference with all these people, and nobody knows that this guy is the guy. Right? But if they were students of the game, they know that this guy is the guy, and they wouldn't be walking past them, running to the people at the panelists. They would be running to the guy that's right here that can change their life. All right? Personnel. The next reason to be a student of the game, all right, is association. Okay, the brain works by association. Right now, if I tell you, think about a four-legged animal, sharp teeth, wags its tail. All right. most of you guys are going to think about some type of dog or some type of animal or some wolf in that area, okay? Other ones are going to think of lions and cats and things of that nature. But I guarantee you that most of you guys aren't going to think dinosaur, right? Why not? Because your brain is already programmed to connect certain words and certain concepts together. It's an associative tool. So the more information you put inside of your head, the more things you can associate with different things. This is the reason why you gotta be a student of the game. So you might be studying tech or reading some tech papers or some tech white papers or studying something in the tech world. Realize while reading this that this connects to a technique that Diddy did years ago in the music industry, but no one's doing it this way anymore. What if I was to take this tool and connect it to this tool? I wonder if I can do something different. Your brain is amazing. It's associative, okay? It's automatically going to draw the connections. What you have to do is fill it with things to connect. Just fill it with things to connect right now. There's too much information on YouTube for you not to know what's going on, for you not to know who the personnel is, for you not to know the history of the genre that you're trying to pursue. You got to know the game. You got to be a student. You got to pay attention to the greats. You got to pay attention to the specs of people that the greats stepped over on their way there and figure out how you can position yourself to be great. And everything that you study will connect itself. You got to be a student of the game. So if you're finding yourself right now lost, you don't know where to go next. You don't know what to do next. That's because you don't have enough information for your brain to make the connection to put you where you need to be. Or you don't know the people, right? You don't know the people or places to be to put yourself where you need to be. So what do you need to do? When you get finished watching this video, you need to start searching stuff and you need to figure out who you need to be studying and why, all right? Be a student of the game. There's nothing, all right? It's nothing looked at more favorable in the game than people that understand the history and the people that understand the game that are bringing some insight to it. So whether you got a band, whether you're a producer, whether you're a writer, if you're stuck, it's time to do some studying. Because I promise you, on the journey, you're going to find everything you want to know. All right, that's all I got for you today. Student of the game, go to the website, you know what I'm saying, download. Got a lot of good stuff for you on there. Got a lot of different things you can download, take home, work on, help push yourself to the next level. It's your boy, Sirr Love. Hit the Instagram, hit the Facebook, follow me, get involved, go online, ask some questions. Let's do it. I'm out of here. Look, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. And I promise one thing every single time, I'm going to give you everything I got. So let's do it. Until next week.
With Sirr Love.
Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no trace. Real talk, I said real talk, I said real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase. Real talk, no chase.